Da-da-da! What's my good cheer? Welcome, everybody. I still have a few things to get done, but as you can see, and if you hang out with me for any length of time, I have been pretty much ready for 2 weeks now, ready to hit the road. But in truth, I got the last few things done today. It's pretty exciting. It is that confirmation, right? That's exactly what it is. It's that confirmation that this is happening. Hi. If you've never met me before, I'm Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside. And I'm heading out on a trip on Monday. And it is something that I do for myself every single year. I specifically choose the month of September because of the colors of the trees, the smell of autumn in the air. Uh, the kids are back in school, right? The streets are not as busy. But I have to say, the construction, because they take full advantage just before the snow comes to get as much road work done as they can. And being in Ontario, and that's where I'm going, being Ontario, they have to blow up mountains to make roads. Give me 1 second. I just want to turn this one light off. It's just that my eyes are done for the night, and I think this lighting that I use around the window is just enough. I look a little bit like I dream a genie today. I don't know what's going on with my ponytail. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm too happy with how the plans went, how I kept going when, I wasn't too sure whether or not I would hit goals. Hello, Melvin. Oh, not good for harvest. But you know what? For me, Melvin, rain is good for my mood. I love a good rainy day. I do love a good rainy day. I like all kinds of weather, except for the really extreme dry heat. That's that's a toughie for me, right? But in this day and age, right, they have invented air conditioners, and now actually they make hats and suits and neck braces that are actually little mini air conditioners that you drag around with you, right? So yeah, technology and innovation. I'm assuming that these kind of things will be all sorted out in the future. Right? I trust. We are still in our primitive age, aren't we? Don't you think we're just almost like cavemen still in the way we act, the way we live, how we interact with each other? I think so. We have a long ways to go, right? Um, yeah, so no good cheer for you today. Let me tell you about my good cheer. Getting ready for this trip. Last night I came home from work and I went to town cleaning my kitchen appliances, my stove, my microwave, my fridge, getting it ready for the trip. I want to feel good when I walk in the door that everything is clean and organized. It would give me a really nice, completed kind of feel that I really tied things off with the bow and that nothing went wrong, that actually everything went magnificently right. That's my anticipation. That is my expectation. And that's just the way it's going to happen. Right? I suspect there'll be a little bit of pushback, but I'll push back myself and things always open up for me. So today or last night, I cleaned all my appliances. I got up this morning. I pulled all those appliances from the walls and I swept and washed the floors underneath them, cleaned some cupboards, did a little bit more. It's not packing, it's reorganizing. Reorganizing now. The only thing I have to reorganize now is some clothes. I think I'm taking too much clothes with me. And so I think I would like to bring that amount of clothes down to a certain level that makes me feel proud of myself that I did better this year than I did last year. It's always about improving, it's always about doing a little bit better. I hope you guys think I did a little bit better with this trip, with this holiday I put together this year than I did last year. And I loved last year's. I love it. Every single trip that I've ever taken on, I've absolutely loved. One holiday, one road trip, one experience, one adventure. It never takes away from the next one or the one that I've already had because those are their own experiences, right? That's what I value in adventuring, in exploring. It's the experience. These are experiences that I'm going to always remember, right? I've been doing this now, taking off on these yearly, I used to call them my sabbaticals, but I guess that's exactly what they are. The air conditioner. We're not done with the air conditioners yet, Melvin. Not even up here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. We were expecting to have 30 Celsius and above, which is the mid 90s, all week. But I noticed we're not even hitting close to those targets, and it's been quite comfortable. I suspect next week we're going to get some rain while I'm out on the road, and I love driving in the rain, you guys. I just love driving. I love looking out the windows and being in my mind and looking at the beautiful landscapes and right wondering when the next rest stop is going to be so I can get out of the car and stretch my legs and maybe sit on a rock and catch some fresh air. Right? I'm not going to rush it. I am on a pretty tight itinerary, but I've made allowances, so I want to make sure that this is an experience for me. That when I'm a little old lady and looking back at my life, we're going like another 40 years from now here, you guys. Another 40 years, and I look back on my life and I would say, Cindy, you kicked butt with that. That was that was fun. How about let's do that again? Or, right? Let's do something different next time. It's all about the experiences. And, my kind of experiences aren't, right? Everybody's cup of tea and experiences. But I do love the creation of what I do for myself. I have lots of ideas for right, and especially in the past few weeks, I've been really hashing over in tying up the lessons and tying up the project of 54 powerful words, right? Because now we're going into right? Manufacturing and distribution and marketing of this. I don't know anything about these kind of things, but it's something that I'm going to have to learn if I want the cards to get out there. I think I'm going to start with a homemade deck. I also want to put a book together where I can throw my ideas. I in my mind's eye, I have the cover of my cards, but the thing is, um, the cost, right? So if I just use two primary colors and my brand color, I think that would, I think that would work out pretty good, right? To keep the cost down. I was looking at the cost right now to do the each deck the way I want them to be. It will be a minimum order of 100, and there'll be $7 and something cents each. But if I increase that order to 500, they go down half price. like half the price. So it's something that I want to consider, and it's something I have to um, look into, right? And just not go with the first um, set of offerings in the manufacturing, but to actually go and look at other examples and actually maybe have some samples made up. So, right, I get exactly what I want, right? I have a feeling that the cards have to represent in a certain way because my brand is all about it takes all kinds to make the world. And so these cards, these 54 powerful words, they have to be usable by everybody and looked upon, if not favorably, but at least not disfavorably. We know, right, our card readers that they get a bum stab, the hocus pocus and stuff, and I actually watch card readers too myself, and some of them are so bang on, but it's sometimes how we present, right? Our lessons, and sometimes it's more comfortable when we go into that flow to give credit to something else because you're a little bit shy or a little bit, right, not comfortable of being upfront and being the creator in that yourself. If you're hanging out with me, right, you probably are a little bit that way, right? It's in our magnificence that we give that credit, our work, right? We give that away as credit and work of others. And we have to learn to stop. We have to learn to stop doing that, right? Because nobody will take us at value of what we have to bring to the table if we're always, right, just doing for others, because then that just looks like it's under the direction of somebody else. And that doesn't make us look good when we are, right, individuals and independents ourselves. I don't know. Like I said, lots of stuff going on in the backgrounds, right? Lots of it going on about the cards, a lot of it about my own movement, because I am possibly going to do a big push in my life, right? And if that means that I'm going to have to go deeper into the studies and not take on those clients, that means I still have to keep a roof over my head. But I'm doing a big push, and that big push will require a lot of my effort, a lot of my time, a lot of my mind, and a lot of resources to get it done. I'll explain a little bit more, right, as we move in this trip, and as because that's what this trip is to me, for me to solidify where I want to go, where my brand's going to go, where my personal life is going to go, right? Whether we're going to even do another trip next September, or is Cindy going to really truly buckle down and start saving money, right? Because unlike my father, and I love my father, and no disrespect to my father, but my father passed away in low income housing, in government housing, at 47 years old. For those of you who know my story and my father's story a little bit, congenital heart disease, right? He was pensioned off. He wasn't able to work. He was resourceful. He was also a compulsive gambler, so whatever he was resourceful in went to that as a resource for his passions for gambling, right? But he never achieved And I'm not truly sure what he was seeking out, right? Maybe in his own limiting beliefs and in his own limitations, he thought it wasn't possible to go any further than what he did. And my dad did great. My dad worked for himself. He was a commercial fisherman. He had his own boats. He was a cab driver, had his own cabs. My father was a very hard worker, right? But I do not want to end my life in government housing, right? No disrespect, right? The government has been very kind. I don't think I should be in a position where I have to be subsidized. I'm working towards standing on my own 2 feet. And if that means going back to work full time, my brand can't suffer for that. Change is going to happen when it comes to my brand, whether I'm throwing around some ideas of maybe going every other day on my YouTube channel rather than having as a daily live show, right? I suspect that as the lessons get heavier, right? The lessons get heavier, and I don't want to bring any form of anything that's not positive to this brand, right? To what I'm doing here. It's all positive. It's all moving forward. It's all evidence, right? And it's staying that way. So, like I said, it's what this trip is all about. To spend some time with myself. To spend some time to really decide what do I want to do? What would make me happy? What would make me feel like I'm moving forward, that I'm accomplishing something, right? And still moving towards those dreams, those goals, those ambitions and expectations that I have and have every right to have, right? Nobody's going to kick my butt and say, move it, right? Nobody is going to dictate to me, right, that in order to get there, you have to do this, and oh, don't forget this, right? And maybe I'll meet you at the finish line 50 years from now or in the next lifetime, right? Because that's what it is. We're supposed to be the evidence for people so that people can be inspired and have a little bit of optimism in their life. Some people would call it hope. I call it optimism, right? Some optimism in their life that it's possible. That if there's something that they want to do, if they want to put the effort in, and even if it seems impossible, if they want to put the double effort in, that they can do it too, right? But it's up to me. It's up to me to be that evidence. That's what this trip is about, also, right? To show that I can create, that I can set goals for myself. And if I accomplish those goals, and even if I don't accomplish those goals, right? I have to look. Did I try? If you've been hanging out with me for any length of time, you know at the very least that I've done that. And that is deserving of this amazing holiday that I created for me. I created this, right? I didn't take any advice. I didn't. I want that and let's do that. Okay. How do we get there? Let's get it done. Let's pay for this. Let's lock it down. Let's sign these papers. Let's put a deposit down. Let's get this done. Who can help me with this? Okay. And we're getting it done. And then the kindnesses that come through that as little unexpected dazzle and amaze and little gratefulnesses too, because these little gifts and little kindnesses in their thoughts and considerations, right, and their messages, that it makes all the difference. And it, again, it's all that compounding. This is happening. The only hiccup I could say is I forgot to put, I came across a great camping chair. It's not like I need one. I got lots of camping chairs. But this one was nice. It was like brand new. It was like it was never used. And mine have been used and used and used and falling apart. Remember my camping chair when I left it out there at the fort? Now, if you haven't seen those videos, I was building a winter fort out on some land that we had out in Woodridge, and yeah, it was a great series that I did for a couple of winters. It was a really fun series, but it ended when I went camping out there and got caught in a snowstorm, and my tent caved in on me when I was sleeping, and I had to leave in the middle of the night because I took my car into the bush, and the snowstorm started. So if I didn't get out of the bush, I wouldn't have been able to get my car out of there, and I would have been trapped. And I ended up leaving all my stuff there. I just left everything. I just got in the car and I just left, and I left it all there. I went back. I went back in spring, and there was only one problem was I had left something. There was a little zippered area on the handle of the chair, and I guess I left a snack or a bag of chips or something in there. So when I went back in spring to tear down my camp, my chair was there, and I guess the deer had been trying to get whatever was in the zip. They did get what was in it because I didn't know what was in there because it was empty when I got to it. But it was all, my whole arm was all chewing up. It's got personality. My chair's got personality. I'll get a new chair next year, right? But I had one picked out, but I just forgot to put it with my staff stuff, so I missed out on that one. Very small. I won't have a show and tell tomorrow. I am going to come in tomorrow just to say goodbye to my chatters crew. Probably be only 15 or 20 minutes just because I've never, right? If I'm in town, we do those lives just like this week. I was here and I'm getting ready for the trip, and I'm exhausted, and and I'm back at work, and this is a work weekend that's right full of chores and stuff. But my manager made it really nice for me, took the load off of me, right? I thought it was very considerate of her. She works too hard, but she works her issues out, a little bit like me, just stay busy, right? And then you don't have time to worry, you don't have time to stress, you don't have time to figure it out. That's what I say now because that was true, right? I stayed busy, busy, busy my entire life, but just busy for being busy and not really being busy to be able to make any kind of headway for myself, right? Yeah, I am grateful. I am going on this trip, and I wouldn't leave without saying a proper bye to everybody. You won't see me here oh my goodness, till the end of the month anyway. I might be going on my Instagram, so if you're subscribed to me on my Instagram, you'll get some of my landscapes, my short little videos. I might try to do a live show in a McDonald's or Burger King somewhere that's got Wi-Fi or something. I don't know how well that'll go over, right? But there's those possibilities. But this is a trip for me. Number one, I'm filling my cup up. I'm filling my cup up. Everything else is secondary. What is secondary is my brand. So I will be filling my cup up, filling my cup up on camera, and you guys will be coming with me in the moment with me but also when I get back, because that's when you guys will get to experience that trip with me. In the meantime, I'm not going to be online for a few weeks. I intend on shutting down pretty hard while I'm on my holidays. I need this. This is what I've done for myself for decades now. Um, and it's my bag. It's my stick. When things start going south or getting difficult or agitated, you have to have something that will make you smile, something that will make you feel good, something worthwhile. And this is my trip, and I have got boundaries wrapped around this this September trip that I do every single year. And if those boundaries come down or are bent, it's done by my choice, right? And yeah, the plan is happening, you guys. You can tell that little bit of nervous excitement, but that's all that it is that nervous excitement. Once I'm on the road, my mind is blank, and we are going to have experience after experience after experience, adventure after adventure after an adventure, right? And I look forward to getting home. I know I'm going to look forward to getting home. 14 days in the back of a truck. I'm going to sleep. Well, I'm a good sleeper, right? I'm a good sleeper. But I really should get the cat stuff taken care of, take the garbage downstairs, right? And call it a night. Last day, last 2 days of work going on. Tomorrow I'll be home early. I'll work all night tomorrow night, get the laundry done, get the last of the cleaning done. So that Sunday night, right, is just those last few details of nervous double check on this, right? Okay, you guys, I'm bagged. I'm getting my pajamas. I'm going to bed. Have a great night. Have a great couple of weeks. I will be in cities periodically on Wi Fi. If you want to message me and say hi, right? You're welcome to. Maybe I'll send you a couple of photographs along the way. If not, I'll see you when I get home. And if you'd like, come and pop in, hang out with us for a few minutes tomorrow night on Chatters Live, 7:30 Central. Everybody, have a great night. Thank you, Melvin, for popping in. It's nice of you, right? Everybody, bye bye.